Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Two different versions of the same thing. I really like this one. It makes it look like it's a piece of curved tile on these. And if you'll take a screenshot of that right there, that's really all you need to do to make it. It doesn't matter how you start it or what size, as long as you make it equal. So we're going to draw 12 inches. Then I'm going to take a 12-inch ellipse. And I'm going to take the cross right there and have it snap to that node. And then I'm going to move it over here and have it snap to that node. And then I want hit the plus key, and I'm just going to hit P to put it in the center of the page. That gives us this shape. But we need a line across it. I'd put another line there. I don't even think we need it. I'm going to try without it. So I'm going to go from that quadrant to that quadrant. And I'm going to, let me move these out of the way. I'm going to set my nudge factor on like 10 inches. And I'm going to fill in with any color the smart fill there and there. Now I'm going to make it an outline. I'm going to go to effects. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to control D to make a duplicate while holding down the shift key, have it grow inwardly. And then control D again. And I'm going to put a few more lines in this one than I did before. So I just control D and it made the lines equal. Now I'm going to go ahead and group these lines together. And I don't know if I did enough, if I have to do an odd number to make it all come out, but it doesn't matter since I have so many lines and it worked out perfectly. Now we're going to go and zoom in on here and start with the outside one and do every other line and see us jumping across. And these are a little thinner. Man, I did it perfect. Now, let's take away, let's go to object. Well, I should be able to just delete it. Yep, and there's that part. Control G to group it. Control D to duplicate it, and hold down the two-sided arrow with the control button, and you get that right there. Control G, Control D, and rotate it 90 degrees. And look at that. Now, this box should be 12 by 12. And we're going to try, let's move this out of the way. I'm going to group this together, Control G. And because it's a centerable item, it's at center. And if I grab my box and hit P, it put it right on top of my box. And then you can do anything you want to with it. So we've created a new box. I'm going to go to shadow and do an inner shadow. Well, that didn't work. Maybe I got to go first. And then go inner shadow and look at that. You know, I like the less lines actually better. So just control, yeah. The less lines actually look a little better. But, and then I need to take it and select it all and right click no line, and it'll take away that red line. That's a pretty cool graphic. Now what I did on this one, I could just do it again. I'm going to make a duplicate of that, and I'm going to take away that box. See, the inner shadow really worked well. Well, I'm just going to make a new box, 12 by 12. And because we're working in the center of the page, and I'm going to turn it gray, take away the outline, and I'm going to go to the interactive fill tool and swipe across it, then go up here and get elliptical. And from here, you can do anything you want. Your imagination can go wild. Put a little darkness on the outside, and maybe not quite so much. Now, we can hit P to put it in the center of the page, but it overtakes everything. So we could do one of two things. Take it and go to object. Well, really you have to do the one thing. Order back a page. And see it it's not near as cool, but while you've still got it selected, you could grab the transparency docker and make it a little bit less transparent. So it just adds to the center. But this is almost like a pillow effect. That's pretty cool. Anyway, hope that gave you an idea or two, and thank you for watching.